我已经很久没有在国内工作过了，这段时间经常听朋友们说，现在国内的就业环境挺难的。然后有一天我在刷视频的时候，看到一张图片，说是某个公司面试时问的一些问题。在我看来，这些问题涉及到很多比较隐私的内容。与此同时，我又刷到另一个女孩分享她在英国找工作的经历。她说，英国的面试官还特意提醒她，在简历上放自己的照片是不专业的。我一下子觉得这两件事情形容了一个很有趣的对比，于是我就把这两个案例分享给了我男朋友。他是在澳洲某厂做中层管理的，我很好奇，在他的工作环境里面试的时候会不会问这些私人问题，他的看法又是什么呢？
先给颗甜枣。
不神经病吗你？
So, do you think it's good or not to ask you this during the interview?
If you're talking about the questions Australia doesn't allow you, doesn't want on resumes, something about your social media status, your relationship status, it's not right. I feel if a company asks those things, they want to understand that if you're going to make an impact on their business, for example, what if they could go through your social media and then find that you smoke drugs or drink a lot, or business is gonna see that as an impact on their business possibly. But they should be focusing on what the skill set of the person is, not their social status, not their relationship status. It's personal stuff. That's like invading their privacy. I think it's wrong, to be honest. As a manager myself, I never ask people's social media or anything. The thing that on there that they have is a phone number and an email address. That's it. With their name. I don't care if they've got a relationship. Why do they have to put that on there? Like, oh, I'm single, great work. I'm a manager, I need you to work. I don't give a crap if you're single.
In China, some business care about if you got married, what's your education level, high school education, your address.
The address has to be on the resume because then they need to know where you live. If it's not on there, they're going to ask you that anyway. Your high school level, or your education level, all depends on the job you're going for too. If you're a rocket scientist, they're not going to ask you to only have high school level. They're going to ask you what your actual degree is. That's fine. That's related to the job. But a relationship status, does that relate to your job? Does it? No. Anything personal, like your Facebook account, what's that got to do with your job? Nothing. Anyway, I just translated it into English, so I'm just going to quick read. Why the interview? Do you know our company? That's good. What other jobs were you considering besides our company? Don't need to ask that. Do you have conflicts with your parents, and how do you view your contradictions? They don't need to know that. Do you have problems with your roommate? They don't need to know that. Love failure or marriage failure reasons? They don't need to know that. That's none of their business. How do you see the difference between school learning and work learning? You could ask that as a question for somebody who just left school and finished their degree and then going into a job. A good way to gauge what their level is, but that's fine. That's not a bad question. Do you feel lost every time you leave, and do you still have contact with colleagues at your previous company? What? What's that got to do with the new place? No, these are all except for one. I think it shouldn't be on here, or maybe two. I think do you know our company? Yes, because they might go, oh, do you know our company, and do you know what we do to make sure that the person applying for the job or whatever has actually done their research and not just wants a job? And what other jobs are you considering besides our company? They don't need to know that. Why do they need to know that? What, so they can go, oh, okay, I don't want you, you can go to that job instead. What's the point? Do you have problems with your roommate? What? That's like me asking, oh, do you have problems with your suppliers? It's not my business to know that. That's the company's business. Silly. And the marriage failure one, that is just absolutely unnecessary.
Triple kill.
For me, that's not professional.
Pentakill.
Nice.